Hey everybody, it's Thursday. It is December 11th, 2025. I just came back a little while ago from the police station where they had my old phone. It's now my old phone. It just kind of is reassuring. You know, somebody picked up the phone, they found it on the ground, I had dropped it, and they made the choice to turn it in. I always like to remind myself that the universe is supportive. I had a line come to me one day that I wrote down, and I made it into kind of a little poster. And it said, "You are the divine child of a loving universe that can only support you. Learn to live with it." And that just, when people are good, I'm reminded of, you know, when we're doing good work, we really do feel the support of the universe. So I hope that that makes you inspired in some way. I know that there are a lot of times in our lives, there's a lot of times in my life that I feel like, oh, you know, when do I get my reward? Or it's like, and then I look around and it's like, well, you know, I have so much support over here and so much support over there. And like this week was my birthday, as you all know, and I was so blissed out, you know, recording my songs that I really wanted to record. Great musicianship, great rapport. It was all just blending together beautifully. And then later that night, I went to hear the live music, and they played Happy Birthday for me, which was really I was really surprised, and the entire bar was celebrating my birthday with me. It was just like, I'm telling you this because the universe does show its support, even though we might not think that it's going to be in the way that you expected. So that was really great. And I guess I'm telling you all this to just say, look for the little miracles, look for the little gifts that are unexpected, you know, that just kind of show up. When you do good work and you really do it from the heart, support always shows up. And we have a tendency to block it because we get skeptical or whatever. So on that note, I just want to mention that I did write up what I was promising everyone who had been doing the intentions from before. We were doing intentions at noon every single day to affirm what we want to see happen in this country, and that was several months ago. So I sort of revamped my approach, and I sent out emails this morning with the new approach. You can continue to do the old approach, but to use our collective mental, you know, thought energy to create the outcome that we want. So if you want in on that, just send me an email, AnnetteDion7@gmail.com, and just all you have to say is I'm in, and I'll just shoot the email to you. All right. That having been said, tonight is our live stream of a guided meditation for a healed America. Please join us for that. It's important that, you know, that you show up if you can. It's powerful. Today we will walk in the light and our consciousness will be illuminated, says Ernest. And then there's a couple of pretty good quotes here. The sun shall no more go down, neither shall thy moon withdraw itself. For the Lord shall be thine everlasting light, or the light. And the days of thy mourning, you know, grieving, shall be ended. That's from the book of Isaiah. Who uses well his light, reverting to its source so bright, will from his body ward all blight. I like this. Who uses well his light, reverting to its source so bright, will from his body ward all blight. That's from the Tao. And Ernest goes on to say, there are so many illustrations in the sacred texts of the world relating to the light. By the way, let me just pause here to tell you that that's the theme for Church of Spirituality for this month, Divine Light. Check it out. The Spirit is thought of as being the essence of light. People are spoken of as being the candles of the Lord. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness comprehendeth it not. The darkness doesn't get what this light is, but it is more powerful. That is, the darkness has no power over light. Light will overcome darkness, but darkness cannot overcome light. When Isaiah said that the Lord shall be thy everlasting light, he meant that there is a light within us, the light of truth, of spirit, of God that cannot set, cannot become obliterated, cannot be blown out. The candle of the Lord burns forever because its wick is sunk deep in the well springs of reality, that light, that spring, that substance to which Christ referred when he told the woman at the well that if she ever drank from it, she would never thirst again. It is no wonder that the woman asked him to give her of this water, that she might no longer be compelled laboriously to draw from the fountain that can become depleted. Today we will walk in the light, and our consciousness will be illuminated. Our thoughts will be guided, and our way guarded. For we know that in our light there is no darkness. In this divine light there are no shadows. And so it is. Let's see this authoritarian, cruel, evil regime removed. Every time you think of them, removed, removed, removed. Gavin Newsom's been doing a great job at trolling this regime. Hats off to him. Really amazing. And here's a picture. Clipped it off of Midas Touch. So it's you know, it's a good way to envision. They're in the back of a police car with handcuffs on. Yeah, and it's cuffing season. And here's Stephen Miller. It's cuffing season. Just visualize it. Okay, wait, what did that say? Trump panics over calls for his immediate arrest. I didn't even read that before. Amazing. Okay, so let's go to Kathy Beale's astrological forecast for today. Don't be surprised if we pop up with a pop-up in the near future. A pop-up show. Here we go.
This is Kathy Beale of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro Insight for December 11th, 2025. On the plus side, today is spectacular for creativity, for getting answers to questions from non-rational sources, for asking for insight and having it just flow, for serendipity, for outright magic. On the not-so-plus side, the floodgates are open to lies, to delusion, to absolute escapism, to romanticizing and blinding ourselves. You know which way you're going to take this. That's all for now.
That's great. The Mercury goes into Sagittarius this afternoon. Should be an optimistic day. We continue to pray and intend for what we need to see happen. These people being held accountable. Excuse me. 3 cards to guide us. I'll do a PNN later and I'll upload it. To attend our Winter Solstice gathering on Zoom, tickets are available at EmpowermentUnlimited.net. That's Kathy Beale's website. And, you know, coming to that event is not only an amazing time, but it's also a really great way to support our work. So I hope that you consider participating. Go to EmpowermentUnlimited.net. I'll make sure I put the link in the description too. All right, and hit the thumbs up and the hype button and subscribe and all that good stuff. And share. Share my vids, people. I have this sneaking suspicion that because I mentioned the Kremlin so often, YouTube doesn't jive with that, I don't think. Anyway, it's just a theory. A lot of people are exhausted. I'm going to say something about this exhaustion. Sometimes exhaustion will bring us to a place of like surrender, right? When we've worked really, 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 really hard, then the next step is to like to sit back and kind of exhale and go, okay, now I'm having faith that this work that I'm doing, we have to take those little breaks sometimes. This work that I'm doing is happening, and you will see the support. You will. You'll see the evidence that it's working. You'll experience trust. So when we envision these people arrested, this regime taken down completely, let's do it with a sense of trust. And let's not exhaust ourselves by going to all the, but what if, but that, blah, 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 you know, all the skepticism and cynicism and all that. It's understandable, but find your inner Ukrainian, right? We don't stop. We keep fighting. All right. I'll see you later on. Please plan to join us tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, for our guided meditation for Healed America. If you show up late, no worries, because we don't really start the actual meditation until the 15-minute mark. And go back anytime to the Thursday night lives and do the meditations. It can only help. All right. See you soon. Namaste.